Okay, so we're going to discuss your looking back at some of the stuff that I went through. Your plaque score was poor, and your bleeding score was not that great. So there's a few things I want to talk to you about. Do you know what plaque is?
I think I do. I'm not sure I know the
Well,
real definition, but I
Okay.
know.
Well, here's a
generally.
few images, some worst cases, and then he's not so bad. But plaque is sticky, it's colorless.
Oh, it's colorless? I thought it
Well,
yeah.
you can, occasionally you can kind of see some kind of discolor, but it can be kind of hard to notice. Sometimes you might feel it. It's more of like a film that starts to form on your tooth layer. And that mainly comes from, like lack of oral hygiene, not brushing as many times as you should, not flossing, or any other aids that could help. So we're kind of just going to go through a few plans. We'll do some long-term goals and some short-term goals on, what I have in mind, and you can tell me if you agree or if you think that you can achieve those goals.
Okay.
So the first goal that we have is, of course, we want to decrease your plaque score. We would like it to go down to at least 0.5, which would be realistic for you, and it would be great for us. It's at a 3.5 right now.
Oh, okay.
Now we would like this to happen by the 30th of April 2022. So you have some time, but you really got to work at that. Some of the short-term goals will be, I just asked you if you kind of knew what plaque was. You are familiar with that. And, any questions you ever have, you're more than welcome to ask, because we do want you to understand the seriousness of, plaque and what all it can do, affect. So, we would like to, a short-term goal that we're thinking is to decrease your plaque score to about 1%. And if we can do that in a few months, that would be very ideal. We're going to get to a brushing technique, but I'm going to wait on that. I just want to make sure that you fully understand the whole plaque and what it can do, what it can cause. And also your bleeding, which is that's just a little image of bleeding. You had some pretty bad bleeding, which tells me that there's some other stuff going on in your mouth. So I just want to make sure that we tackle that, because we wouldn't want this to lead to like gingivitis and the other disease that can really worsen, because some of those are not reversible. So let's see what else I wrote down here. Your bleeding score, we would like to also reduce about the same time as the plaque score. So next year, April, I'd say late April, we're hoping to kind of have both of those, under control. And hopefully we can maintain that from then on. So are you aware of periodontitis? Do you know?
I don't think so.
You don't know? Okay. Well, that's okay.
I know it has to do with teeth, but I don't know.
Okay, so we kind of say like plaque is not the biggest deal, but then you get into more, you start getting calculus, and it leads to either not really cleaning the teeth at all, or focusing on these goals that we're discussing, not reaching any goals, not really trying. It results in periodontitis. You'll first get to gingivitis, which is having to do with the gum disease and recession, and it's very intense. Once it gets to this point, we have a very hard time really saving, you know, what's there. You can't reverse periodontitis. It's caused by the bacteria in the mouth that has not been removed properly with oral care. So, you know, we do take this all very seriously because we do not want something to develop into something serious like periodontitis. So, let's see. So we would love to reduce that bleeding score by 20% each visit until next April. So we have December. Okay, so you have about 5 months. I mean, do you feel like that is doable?
Yeah, I can do whatever
Yeah.
schedule
You're
or
willing
whatever
to try to-
routine
Okay.
that we set up. I definitely can do
Okay,
it.
I just want to make sure that you're, you know, willing to, you know, I know you don't want anything to worsen or end up having one of these worst case scenarios where you can't. Okay, and I think that's all. We're gonna move on in a second, and I'm gonna ask you to show me some of your toothbrushing method of choice, what you normally do, and then we'll kind of discuss that. If I think there's anything you need to change, we'll go more into that.